two of you are going to get married, huh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll tell you, when I told Margaret we were going to be married, gosh, she said yes, I was just in hog heaven.
What about the children? Have you discussed having a family?
Oh, we sure did. Yeah, we sure did. We're going to have a whole litter of kids. I love those little games they play. It's just so cute.
Like this little piggy went to market.
Most comedians wanted to make Johnny Carson laugh. Tim Conway made him lose control. With nothing more than perfect timing and a straight face, he turned ordinary conversations into comedy gold. These are the Tonight Show moments that proved nobody did it better.
Are there other Conways, brothers and sisters?
No, there were no others. I guess they just kind of said on that.
You're an only?
Only.
Only?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But a real bright kid, and I've done real well, so... just before I went on, the director, Bill Carruthers, who I thought did a sensational job at the Emmys, he said, "We are really running long." He said, "Don't go out there and horse around. Just go out and say thank you." And I said, "Okay." They didn't realize they were talking to the wrong fellow, I guess.
Yes.
And I just happened to have that telegram with me, and so I thought I'd kind of read it, because I thought it was important to me.
Wasn't that from Angie's Pitch and Putt?
Angie's Pitch and Putt. Yeah, Tarzana Pitch and Putt. Yeah. Yeah. And I also I have a friend, Ernie Anderson, that I've known for about 16 or 17 years from Cleveland, and that was his telephone number I gave. Yeah, because he said, mention me if you win, so I thought that would be the best way.
Tim turned silence into the joke itself. The harder Johnny Carson tried to keep the conversation alive, the funnier every awkward pause became, leaving the audience laughing before Tim even said another word.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Johnny keeps trying to figure Tim out, but every answer only pulls the conversation further off course. By the time he realizes what's happening, the audience is already laughing.
As you mentioned, last time we saw each other was at Harvey Korman's birthday party. I guess he was 60 years old.
It was
very traumatic.
So yeah.
Traumatic for him.
Yeah, and
you've known him for a long time, longer than I have.
Right. And it was a beautiful party, as you know. All his friends were there, which were 11, wasn't it, that we had actually counted? No, he invited...
A lot of relatives.
I guess a friend a year or something like that. So there were, a lot of relatives, as I recall. 60 people there, and it was a marvelous party. He spent a lot of money on it. I was really surprised to know that Sears made wine, but I feel...
Conway talks about having his car stolen with the casualness of someone who simply forgot to pick up milk on the way home. That deadpan calm is what makes the story so funny.
Room full of people. I pulled up, and a guy in a red jacket said, "Can I take your car?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "Do I need a ticket?" And he said, "No, I don't think so." And that's the last I saw of him or my car.
What?
Stole my car.
You gave it to some guy wearing a red jacket?
Yeah. Well, if a guy comes up and you're parking for a party,
yeah,
and they have valet and everything, a guy comes up in a red coat and says, "Can I have your car?" Wouldn't you give it to him?
I guess so.
I did.
The laugh doesn't come from the story itself. It comes from the way Tim tells it. By treating complete absurdity as if it were perfectly ordinary, he turns everyone else's reaction into the real punchline.
I just figured, and I never asked you, so I figured whenever I came over the house, you just wanted people in the business coming over there eating and running films and things, so but they mentioned it the other day that this is what you do.
This is what I do for a living.
Nice. Yeah, got a band and everything. It's really good. It's dynamite, really.
Hey, congratulations.
For what? Well, I thought you knew something about my private life.
No.
Tim opens with what sounds like an ordinary story about a small town. Then, one quiet line at a time, he gently steers the conversation into completely unexpected territory, and the audience is laughing before they even realize where he's taking them.
The fishing when you were a kid and going down to the river and...
Yeah, we didn't have a river, but we went down and fished. Just throwing that little spinner right out into the mud there. And, yeah, it's a nice town because everybody really cared about you. You know, it was a very small town. And,
when you say small, I come from small Midwestern towns.
Yeah.
1,200, 2,000, 6,000.
This was, at the time I was there, I think it was less than 1,100.
Yeah.
You know the old gag about they had a parade and everybody was in it, but I went back one year for a parade, and it was a cherry blossom thing, and really everybody was in the parade, and it just went down the street, you know, waving at sidewalks. And
there's nobody there.
Yeah, everybody was.
They know each other so well that even the smallest glance or throwaway line becomes the setup for the next laugh. The conversation feels like it's generating comedy on its own as they keep pushing each other into funnier and funnier moments.
The Apple Dumpling Gang rides again with Don Knotts tonight. Is
that out already? Is that out now?
Sure. Boy, you probably have. Well, you wouldn't want to rush down and see that, probably.
Why not?
Yeah, you guess you would.
I'm a big fan of yours.
Yeah. And then another one coming out. Another one with Don Knotts and I. Don Knotts and I are practically
Don Knotts and me.
Going together.
Don Knotts and me.
No, you guys aren't in it. Just Don Knotts and I.
Don Knotts. Carol was correcting your grammar with Don Knotts.
She should.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so Don Knotts and I are in this thing with...
No, Don Knotts and me.
Don Knotts.
The three of us are in it then.
If it's a subject, you use Don Knotts and I. If you say with, it's Don Knotts and me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really not a thing.
What to do is you leave out Don Knotts and you say, with me.
He's going to get steamed about this. He's really... I don't think we can...
What makes this sketch so funny is how Tim turns the simplest situation into an endlessly unfolding comedy routine. By stretching every tiny action just a little longer than expected, he lets the absurdity build until the laughter becomes inevitable.
Some great sketches on Carol's show over the years. The dentist sketch, you know, there are a million sketches you do. What's your favorite?
I think it's strange and amazing, the dentist sketch. That kind of all came out of spontaneity, really, because I knew I was going to do that with a hypodermic needle in my hand, but when that got rolling, then I went for the head and the leg and everything else and just stayed out there because I saw Harvey was in pain, too, and I loved him to be in pain. And so we just went with it, and I think it was one of those nights when people were laughing.
You're brilliant when you're working. You really are.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that myself.
Tim never chases the laugh. He lets Johnny Carson do that instead. The calmer Tim stays while saying increasingly absurd things. The harder Johnny works to keep up, and that's exactly what makes the moment so funny.
Well, wise guy, you said do a basketball player, remember? We were at Harvey's birthday party, and you're the one who said that I think this will work, so it's all your fault.
Well, you came on here one night, you did weightlifter as Mr. Dorff.
Right.
And then you did a jockey.
Right. An elf.
An elf.
This has become my life.
Yeah. And we were at Harvey Korman's birthday party, and I said, you know, I think it might be funny if you come in and play
a basketball
player in the NBA.
Well, see how wrong you were.
Well, I thought it was
What do you know about comedy? No, it was. Thank you very much. See, by golly,
I'll come up with these things.
Hang around.
How'd you come up with a character? I never saw you do this character on the Carol Burnett show.
No, that's true. I guess I had a show of my own, and Harvey did it with me one time when it was a takeoff on Fantasy Island, and I was boss the plane, and
Tim doesn't need a big setup. He takes the simplest moment imaginable and slowly stretches it until the ordinary becomes completely absurd. By the time he finally gets there, the audience is already laughing.
I used to get physically ill whenever I appeared in front of people, and as a matter of fact, on the first time I did the Gary Moore show, what was the other guy's name that was with Gary?
Durwood Kirby?
Durwood Kirby. I actually, before going on, did something on Durwood that he's never forgotten. Because I would get very nervous before a show, and then when they would mention my name, it started in football. they would say, number 21, here he is, right guard, whatever, Tom Conway, and I would actually get sick. I'd just go over to the fence and get ill. So then they stopped giving my name because they thought that was the problem.
Number 48,
Yeah.
I want the number.
And it got so I would even do it on the number. So
The funniest part is watching the interview slowly fall apart. It stops feeling like a normal conversation and turns into a comedy survival test, with everyone struggling to keep up while Tim stays completely in control.
Tim, do you have anything wrong with your kids at home?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just doing it. I'm doing some research on.
I just wondered if you had an opinion on it.
I'm doing some research on people that end up as they have. That people like this are more likely to have been very ticklish as little children. Were you ticklish? Were you ticklish?
no.
Only developed lately.
It means that.
Why? Do you mean those of us who are a little,
Ticklish, yes.
crazy
are
ticklish?
more likely to be sensitive. It's just a little rule, and you notice the stethoscope, and we can feel the.
Wait a minute, Richie's going to do the famous trick with a handkerchief.
Conway makes it sound as if The Tonight Show is nothing more than Johnny's odd little side hobby. He delivers it with such complete sincerity that before Johnny can respond, the audience has already turned the host into the joke.
Well, I didn't know whether that's where you wanted me or not. So I just figured.
Since the first roll is on, I'll have it roll.
Yeah.
Look, I've been doing this show now. At the end of this month, we have an anniversary show coming up. We're starting our 16th year.
Mm-hmm.
You have never been on this show,
That's true.
and I know we have asked you before.
Well, I didn't know you did this.
Throughout his many appearances on The Tonight Show, Tim Conway proved that the biggest laughs don't always come from the loudest jokes. With flawless timing, a perfectly straight face, and an uncanny ability to turn ordinary conversations into unforgettable comedy, he left Johnny Carson laughing in ways few guests ever could. Which Tim Conway moment made you laugh the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more unforgettable Tonight Show moments.